In this video, you'll discover 5 hidden truths, from how he got his scar, to a training droid that catalysed his doubts, to a hidden blueprint George Lucas left behind. By the end, you'll see Anakin not just as a tragedy, but as a carefully constructed path toward Darth Vader. Which of these hidden truths do you think had the biggest impact on Anakin's fate? The true origin of his scar. Anakin's scar over his left eye in Revenge of the Sith has always been a mystery on screen. George Lucas never explained it, but in the Republic Dreadnoughts of Rendili comic, we learned a real story. Asajj Ventress ambushed him on Coruscant's underlevels, but not to kill him, to mark him. She makes precise cuts across both sides of his scar, taunting him that she could have ended him easily. This isn't just a physical wound, it's a message. It foreshadows his emotional instability, his vulnerability, and how those around him already perceived the darkness within. The scar becomes a symbol. Someone outside the Jedi saw a fracture long before most did. But what if the real first step toward Anakin's fall didn't come from a Sith assassin, but from something much more mundane? During his Padawan years, in the Obi-Wan and Anakin comic, young Anakin programs a training droid to mimic Darth Maul. He fights it, not with Jedi restraint, but with ferocity, and destroys it almost violently. Chancellor Palpatine is watching. He doesn't openly manipulate yet. Instead, he quietly remarks, "The Jedi are inefficient." That single line, after watching Anakin's raw power, is a seed. It plants doubt about the Jedi system in Anakin's mind. But more than that, it lets Palpatine see exactly who Anakin is. That moment matters because it's arguably the first activation point. Anakin demonstrates not just skill, but emotion as power. Palpatine recognizes it, and soon he begins weaving his influence. But even with that seed planted, Anakin nearly made a choice that would have changed everything. When a 12-year-old Anakin almost left the Jedi Order. On a mission to the underlevels of Coruscant with Palpatine, Anakin's worldview shifts dramatically. He realizes his life isn't just training, it's being directed. He begins to believe that the Jedi aren't teaching him all he needs to know. In a powerful moment, he hands Obi-Wan his lightsaber and says, "This doesn't have to be forever. I can always come back." He's ready to leave the Order. But then Yoda sends them to a crisis on Carnelian 4. There, through danger and reflection, Anakin reconnects with Obi-Wan and takes back his weapon. This shows us something vital. Even young, prodigious Anakin had the awareness and the fear that he didn't entirely belong to the Jedi. That alone would be significant. But what happens when Anakin meets someone outside the Jedi who matches his ambition in ways no one else can? Anakin and Thrawn, a meeting of minds. During the Clone Wars, Anakin pursues Padme into the Outer Rim world of Batuu, and ends up crossing paths with a Chiss commander named Met Thrawn, better known as Thrawn. In Thrawn alliances, they fight side by side to rescue Padme from separatist forces. Thrawn studies Anakin's tactics, and Anakin sees in Thrawn a strategic genius as intense as himself. Their partnership is more than a mission, it's a foreshadowing. Years later, when Thrawn meets Darth Vader, he immediately recognizes the man behind the mask, but he never reveals how much he understands, because he knows how lethal acknowledgement can be. This moment is powerful. Anakin engages with someone whose mind is not ruled by the Force, but by cold logic. And that meeting is a mirror for his future as a leader of the Empire. But perhaps the most fascinating part is this. George Lucas didn't just tell Anakin's story, he designed it, using his enemies as pieces in a greater puzzle. Lucas's hidden blueprint, villains as shadows of Anakin. George Lucas didn't randomly choose his prequel antagonists. Darth Maul, Count Dooku, and General Grievous each represent a different dimension of Anakin's future. Darth Maul is equal to emotional rage. Maul is fury unbound, the pure, raw anger that mirrors Anakin's own emotional potential. Count Dooku equals the ideological fallen Jedi. Dooku used to be a Jedi, and his fall represents a corrupted Jedi ideal, exactly what Anakin risks becoming. And General Grievous equals the cyborg warlord. Grievous's fractured organic machine body reflects the physical transformation Anakin would endure as Vader. In this way, Lucas didn't just build villains, he built reflections. Each one is a piece of a prophecy, a piece of what Anakin was always destined to become. So what do all these hidden truths add up to? They reveal a portrait of Anakin Skywalker unlike the one we see in the movies. These aren't just fun facts, they're the scaffolding of Anakin's fall. The Temple archives weren't hiding these stories, they were pointing to a design, a systematic transformation. He didn't fall in one moment, he was built. If you are enjoying these videos, consider becoming a channel member and let's uncover the galaxy's greatest secrets together. Thanks for watching.